You're listening to the 98th edition of the Bitachon podcast. We continue in the Sefer. It's called Oitzer Psukim Bitachon v'Yeshua, and it's based on the Psukim, the Rav Zundel Misalant, the famous Rav Zundel. We told stories about him, about his Bitachon, one of the great tzaddikim of Yerushalayim. We told the story about the shidduch. He went to the port, and he had Bitachon. He would find the shidduch for his daughter. So Rav Zundel had a list of psukim, and these are the psukim that he had in his list that were psuki Bitachon. So we started last week, and we're going to continue with the same passuk that we were up to, because there's a few different meforshim here, and there's some interesting stories here as well. He said, "Ani shachati v'yishana." I was able to lie down and to sleep, says Dovid Hamelech, as he's running away from his son Avshalom, who wants to kill him. But he had no problem to sleep. He was able to sleep soundly. I awoke because Hashem held me up. So Dovid Hamelech had a clear sense that Hashem was with him. He had serenity. He had full faith. So we saw them last week, and I'd like to read you the story here and the pshat that's on the bottom of the page. So the Meiri says, I'm not afraid of any kinds of bad situations. I will stand with my faith. I will be courageous. I will have confidence in Hashem, and I will sleep soundly. I will wake up, for Hashem will support me. When I awake, I will wake up with the same confidence. I won't fall asleep and have scary dreams. I will wake up with that same sense of courage that I went to sleep with. So he brings here from Rav Shamshon Fal Hirsch. Rav Shamshon Fal Hirsch Zatzal, Perusha al Kriyas Shema Alamita. In his explanation on Kriyas Shema Alamita, Mefarish, he explains, Shetiknu Lomar Mizmor Zeh. We say this when we go to sleep, this very section of Tehillim, the third chapter of Tehillim. L'chazik leiv ha'umlalim. Right? It makes sense. We're going to talk about falling asleep, sleeping soundly, sleeping with confidence in Hashem. This is in order to strengthen the hearts of those who are poor, who feel a sense of despair in continuing on with their lives. Dovid Hamelech, King David, he sinned, and he was punished with the fact that his son would run after him to kill him. And at this time, he had lost the kingship, he lost his home, he was on the run. And he was considered a laughingstock to most of the people. But he didn't fall, and he wasn't broken. How is he able to have the strength to lift up his head, to continue on? It was because he woke up and he realized that Hashem is holding him up. The very fact that he woke up that morning. Why am I alive today? Why did I wake up today? There's so many difficulties in my life, so much troubles King David was going through. But he woke up this morning. That very fact that Hashem gave him a new lease on life, he gave him a new day, meant whatever has happened to me in the past is behind me. And I'm going to move forward into the future with courage. This itself gave him the recognition that I woke up today, I'm going to start a new day. Hashem is going to renew within me a brand new light with which I can continue my life. It seems that this statement of Rav Shamshon Fal Hirsch is based on something that Rabbeinu Yonah says. That he says in Maseches Brachos, in Daf Vav Beis and the Daf Arif, The passuk says, I will speak about your kindness in the morning, and your emunah, I'll speak about faith in the evenings. This is what the Rabbeinu Yonah says. Perush. Hashem, we're talking about Bitachon and emunah and Hashem. We are having faith in Hashem, we're trusting in Hashem. But Hashem also has faith in us every single day. Every single day, we lie down to sleep, we give Hashem our soul, right? And Hashem returns our soul, right? So Hashem has a faith in us. Hashem believes in us. The fact that we have woken up this morning means that Hashem believes that we're useful to His creation, and we could do something with our lives here today. A person goes to sleep at night, he's tired, he spent his whole day running around trying to make a livelihood for his family. He's been involved in all kinds of different things with his kids, with his wife, with his situation in life. Right? The person is tired at night. He goes to sleep and he's got lots of things on his mind, but in the morning he wakes up refreshed. It's not like a human being. If I give somebody something to watch for me, let's say I'm going on a trip, need somebody to watch a valuable item for me, he returns it the way I gave it to him, right? When I come back and ask him for it. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu, even though we give him our soul, so to speak, as we go to sleep at night, we give him an exhausted soul. We give him a tired soul, a mutrad soul, a soul which is full of challenges that remain with us from our day. But Hashem gives us back our life in the morning in a brand new light. Sometimes a person, when I get back my item that I asked him to watch, it might come back less than what I gave him. Hashem returns our soul to us in the morning in an increased state, in a better state than what we gave him at night. So Dovid Hamelech is saying, I woke up this morning, according to Reb Shanshon Hirsch. I woke up so I know that Hashem is here to support me, and He believes in me, and there's so much that I can do today, and let's get this day rolling. Okay. He brings here the Radak. In talking about the fact that he's awake, Dovid Hamelech, he's speaking about the fact that when a person is asleep, so if you ask the person something while he's asleep, or you say, you start to talk to the person when he's asleep, so he'll be confused, he has to get out of his sleepy state. But Dovid Hamelech was saying, even though he was undergoing all these challenges, he wasn't in a sleepy state. I was awake. I wasn't nivhal. I wasn't confused by the situation. Even though the situation was challenging, I kept my wits about me, Dovid Hamelech was saying. Here he points out on the bottom, right? It's important to realize this is Dovid Hamelech running away from his son who wants to kill him. The Medrash says that this was the same day that the passuk says in Shmuel Beis, in chapter Tesvav, pasuk Lamed, that he was going up on the seems on the Har HaZeisim. He was crying. His head was covered with ashes. He didn't have shoes on. It was the very day that Achitofel tried to kill him. It was at this very moment, really a difficult moment, that he said, I'm not knocked over by it. I'm not knocked down by the challenges, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu is there. He's protecting me. He's taking care of me. Now he brings here from the Talmud Haran, the student of the Ran, called the Parshas Truma. And the general principle here is that you can tell the level of a person's bitachon when a person is sleeping. When it comes to sleeping, there are three different subcategories of sleeping. Sleeping includes all of these categories. But we can talk about different levels of sleep, more specifically with three different subcategories. V'hem tenuma, v'hashena, v'tardema. These are the three levels. We're going to explain what they are. Tenuma hi hashena hakala. A light sleep is called tenuma. Excuse me. Like the Gemara says in Tainus. Heichi dami misnamnem, nim v'loy nim, tir v'loy tir. What's called misnamnem, tenuma, means a person is nodding off, not quite sleeping and not quite awake. Shenyane lo yer v'lo yashen. He's not sleeping, he's not awake. Okay, so that's the first level of drowsy, nodding off. Hashena hi hashena habinaynes b'teva adam. When we talk about shena, which means sleep, it means regular sleep, not a deep sleep, not a light sleep, regular sleep. Tardema hi hashena chazaka shel yer adam mikol hakayre. Tardema is a different kind of sleep. It says about Avram Avinu that when he had a vision during the Bris Bein Absarim, he was in a tardema. He was in a very deep sleep. You can't wake a person up from a very deep sleep. Hatardema. I lost my place. Person does not wake up when he's cold. And it's very hard for that person to get away, to wake up. A person goes into a deep sleep, in order to renew his strength. Right? A person has a deep sleep, so he wakes up feeling more refreshed. Right, so that first level, the deep sleep, is to wake up refreshed from the challenges and the trials that he's going through in his life. It refreshes him. Nimnum, which is a light sleep, is, why does a person have a light sleep? Is because he has a lot of worries. And it's for this reason that King David says, I slept and I lied down and I was asleep. So he didn't have a tenuma sleep. He didn't have a light sleep. He slept deeply. He wasn't worried about the future. He awakes easily. It's not that he's in such a deep sleep that he can't get up in the morning. Right? A person can be lethargic because of the troubles and the difficulties that he's going through. Dovid Hamelech says, I'm not lethargic. I sleep fine. I don't sleep so deeply because I'm not knocked over by it. Because of what has happened to me. It's because Hashem holds me up. My heart was strong. I had full confidence in Hashem. Now it brings down on the bottom here. Rabbi Yaakov Ornstein, Baal Yeshuas Yaakov, Parshas Miketz. We find a similar idea, which was explained by the Baal Yeshuas Yaakov in Parshas Miketz. What does it mean in our passuk? The truth is that a person can undergo a difficult situation that causes him to be unable to sleep. A person has, let's say, a sick person in his home. And he can't sleep. He's in so much pain, he's in so much worry. There's a different type of pain a person has because the sick person has already died. When a person has undergone a loss, so that person again is lethargic It's hard for them to wake up. When a person is in the midst of a difficult situation, but he hopes that maybe there will be something that he can do to get himself out of that situation, so that makes it hard for him to sleep. But if it's already passed, and he knows that he can't get a refuah, he can't get a cure, then a person ends up sleeping a lot. That's why the ship hands said to Yonah Hanavi when they were on the ship, and the ship was tossing to and fro, and Jonah the prophet, had gone down into the bowels of the ship, and he had fallen asleep. He fell asleep there. They said to him, "What are you sleeping for? Get up and call out to your God." Really, the truth is, it was so hopeless that they should have given up and gone to sleep. But you can get up, you can call out to Hashem. There's hope, right? So it's very hard to sleep. A person can't sleep when there's still hope. So this is what King David was saying when he saw that he had so much problems, so many difficulties. He said, I lie down to sleep, and I woke up, for Hashem has supported me. So this is interesting, it's a bit of a twist. Since, just like Yonah Hanavi was told, get up and daven, don't fall asleep now, there is hope. It's not over yet. The ship could be saved, just pray to your God. Dovid Hamelech also says, I fell asleep but I was able to get up. Why was I able to get up? Because I knew that I have on whom to rely. I knew that I can daven to Hashem. He knows that it's possible that Hashem will help him, that there's a refuah, there's a cure, it's on the horizon. He doesn't allow himself to sleep. He's not having this deep depth of sleep, this hopeless sleep, but rather he's sleeping in a way that shows that he has hope. We'll read one more, maybe two more little pieces. He says like this is the Be'er Avraham. Ani shachati v'yeshana belida aga ve'etzev ha'mesir mesashena. Similar idea. I was able to sleep without the worry, without the sadness, which could cause a person to be unable to sleep. Umiyad she'kitzaisi ra'isi ki Hashem ismecheni le'en kol oivai u'miskamimai. And it's because of the fact that I'm able to sleep, because of my bitachon. Why am I able to sleep? Because I have bitachon, I have faith in Hashem. Because of that sense of faith, when I wake up, I will see, and I have seen, that Hashem has supported me in front of all of my enemies and all those who come against me, who try to cause my downfall. Thank you so much for listening. See you again next time.